A very good evening and a warm welcome to our first edition of UBC News Tonight on this 14th day of November 2025. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto together with my colleague on sign language interpretation, Muhammad Mugalu. We do welcome you. Now, before we delve into tonight's news bulletin, let's first take a look at the top stories tonight. And in our top stories tonight, President Museveni lauds Pastor Kayanja for transforming people's lives at the Command Your Future conference. Museveni campaigns in Butaleja, pledges to recognize and gazette Banyoli cultural leader. FDC and UPC leaders in Lango disown Akena's anti-Museveni call. And in sports, Nanyonga captain as Uganda names final squad for the Netball Celtic Cup. Good evening once again. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged religious leaders and Christians to focus on transforming others by being living examples. The president delivered the message at Miracle Center Cathedral in Rubaga, Kampala, while attending a special service led by Pastor Dr. Paula White Kane during the Command Your Future conference.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who was accompanied by the First Lady and the Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, was welcomed by event hosts Pastors Robert and Jessica Kayanja amid cheers from the congregation. In his message, President Museveni thanked Pastors Robert and Jessica Kayanja, as well as the American guest and evangelist Pastor Dr. Paula White Kane, for ministering to the masses.
Janet,
Mama
and myself are here.
Mama Janet nange tuli wano
To participate with you
okwenyigira wamu nammwe
in glorifying God
mu kuwa Katonda ekitiibwa
for what He has done for Uganda
olw'ebyo byonna byakoledde Uganda
and for the church
ne kanisa
and the other faith.
n'abenzikiriza ziri endala.
Biblical teachings. President Museveni's speech left the crowd inspired.
We apologize for that. We'll be getting back to that story later on in the bulletin. The NRM presidential candidate, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has committed to officially recognizing the cultural leader for the people of Butaleja, a recognition that has been pending since the Banyoli were acknowledged as a distinct tribe with their own cultural institution. Additionally, he has pledged to replace the predominant rice cultivation in the Bukedi sub-region with fish farming. The president made these remarks during his campaign in the Bukedi sub-region district of Butaleja.
A multitude of supporters of the National Resistance Movement gathered at Boma grounds in Butaleja district to welcome and listen to the NRM party manifesto presented by presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. In his campaign address, Museveni pledged to officially recognize the cultural leader of the Banyoli known as the Sehulu, upon confirming that the cultural leader is free from controversies.
Now, Senkuru, if Senkuru has no challenge, we shall gazette him if he has no other challenge. I will tell the Ministry of Gender to give me a report. I will tell the Ministry of Gender to give me a report.
Aja kusunga ministry ehola hukura chabatu ibalange agenda emungeho report usonge.
NRM oye!
NRM oye!
Vote for NRM oye!
He further promised to replace rice cultivation, which is a predominant activity in the Bukedi sub-region, with fish farming.
But from fish alone, in an acre, after removing costs, my people are getting 140 million shillings. From fish alone, this is the information I'm giving you. So therefore, number 3 contribution of the NRM to Uganda is Obugaiga. We don't accept abantu who gonna. We don't accept people who gonna sleep and not mix development with wealth. This is what I want everybody to know. Now, that's contribution number 3. Number 1, peace. Number 2, development. Number 3, wealth.
Training of the Butaleja residents in fish farming has already kicked off, headed by Major David Muwanga and Semuda Fish Farming Project.
Wali wazibu nywane wasingo mchere mu gundi mu swamp wano nagola ba mchere naye abantu bakkiriza abakyala bakkiriza okukiriza program ya president eno okugikola n'obwesimbu era yensonga olaba ebidiba biri wano wetuli twamaze okutegeragana n'abantu baawo era ne bakola ekibiina kyabwe.
During the training, the residents commended the initiative, however, urged the president to support them with tractors to help dig fish ponds.
Omwo tunawonera namenkere w'obwavu n'asaba muzeeyi nti yeebale tusindikira abakulu abo abatwegesa omulimu ogwo era atatulekulira kubage kubakuzaala.
Butaleja district has one of the highest numbers of independent candidates contesting against the NRM flag bearers. Although a final decision was not reached, the senior NRM leaders dedicated most of their morning to urging these independent candidates to withdraw in favor of the flag bearers.
We realize we also have a challenge in the line of the independent candidates. We had primaries and there are those who feel or who came out aggrieved and felt they should come back as independents. So we have started an engagement between the independents and the flag bearers.
The important thing is the conversation. We are having discussions how to harmonize and come together into one position to support the flag bearers. So right now we are having the conversation.
The district leaders welcomed these pledges, acknowledging that they address long-standing challenges faced by the community.
Almost like you'll hear, every sub-county has got a secondary school. Every sub-county has got health center 3, apart from those that were created recently. Every sub-county has got electricity. You have seen piped water running from Bali, going to Butaleja and Busolwe. Every village has got a clean water source. So people have got gains that they are protecting, although we still have other issues we are demanding government to do, like the Tamaka Road.
On Saturday, the NRM presidential candidate will continue his campaign in Busia and the Bugiri districts. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Butaleja.
Thank you, Philip Aguta, who is in Butaleja district. Now, the NRM presidential candidate, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, just concluded his campaign trail in Butaleja district. But let's take a look at how he performed in the previous presidential elections, that was in 2021. Now, if you can just look at the fact sheet up here, the total registration of voters in Butaleja district in 2021 was at 100%, totaling up to a total number of 110,737. Now, for those who turned up to vote, was at 64.34%, totaling up to a number of 71,244. Looking at the performance of the NRM, of course, taking the lion's share at 54.75%. That is a total vote of 37,856 votes. Coming in number two, took a percentage of 41.99% and taking on 29,037 votes. And then you can see on the fact sheet, the other political parties took below 10%. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has allayed fears of residents of Tororo district who are waiting for the implementation of the creation of more district administrative units carved out of Tororo, as he has committed to harmonize with the Attorney General to speed up the process. Museveni has made this commitment during his address of his 61st campaign rally in Tororo district this Friday evening. Take a look.
Seasoned artist Idrissa Musuza, alias Eddie Kenzo, has been candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's lead entertainer at all his campaign rallies. Supporters of the NRM party who gathered in their hundreds at Lioness Children Park in Tororo district on Friday are the latest to feel his energy. The likes of Catherine Kusasira, Fina Mugerwa, Ragadi, among others, are being captained by Moses Sali, popular as Bebeko. For others like Gerson Wambui, also known as Gravito Motoju, they have added gravity onto Museveni's trail. The afternoon drizzle ushered in the second National Vice Chairperson, also Speaker of Parliament Anita Nta Among in Tororo. A few minutes to 4 p.m. of Friday 14th November 2025, the NRM presidential candidates Yoweri Kaguta Museveni arrived for the Tororo rally. The receiving prayers were led by the Archbishop of Archdiocese of Tororo, Right Reverend Emmanuel Obo.
Your Excellency, one word. Thank you very much for the work you have done for Uganda, and especially for this eastern part.
A joint district leaders memorandum appreciated President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Your Excellency, we welcome you to Tororo district as you continue reminding us about protecting the gains that the party has scored together with the people of Uganda.
We thank you very much for your executive order that granted us Tororo municipality to a city status and created 3 administrative units and districts.
In Tororo, the president was flanked by party leaders who included Speaker of Parliament Anita Nta Among, Calvin Echadu, Ministers Jacob Oboth, Peter Ogwang, and Home Sons Dr. Tang Odoi and Colin Sodoi.
The people of Tororo, we have brought you the best candidate.
Your Excellency, Tororo is one of the places your politics of interest has overcome tribal interests, and this is a testament of your work in this place.
And here, after the NRM candidates stepped forward to address the waiting crowd.
To talk to you about the manifesto of the NRM for 2026-2031.
In his address, President Museveni committed more of the works to be done in the infrastructure of Tororo district.
For economic infrastructure, you people in Tororo here, you can see for yourselves what has been done.
In education and health sectors, Museveni says although Tororo is asking for more, but on the ground there is a lot to celebrate.
The 164 government primary schools and 19 government secondary schools. And the plan is to upgrade health center 2s to 3s. First of all, upgrade Marava Health Center 3 to Health Center 4. Upgrade Yorwale Health Center 3 to Health Center 4. Upgrade Paya Health Center 3 to Health Center 4.
However, to the Tororo community, Mr. Museveni has massively invited them to take welfare creation as a supplement to development.
Therefore, for today, if somebody says, why are you supporting the NRM? You should tell him the 7 points. Peace, development, wealth creation, how to create jobs, because the jobs of the, beyond the jobs of the government, and the other points which we shall add on during my, when I make the press briefing.
The creation of more administrative districts from Tororo, Museveni says there is less to worry about this matter.
Now the issue of your districts, that issue was finished, and I will check with the Attorney General why they have not moved, because they should move according to the law and implement it. We finished our part.
The Tororo rally makes the 61st address of candidate Kaguta Museveni since September 30th, 2025. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni just concluded his Tororo district campaign trail this evening. But let's take a look at how he performed in the previous presidential 2021 elections. And looking at the district of Tororo, a total registration of voters at 268,434, which was 100%. And then we look at the voter turnout on that day in 2021 it stooped low to 59.71%, and that's a total number of votes of 160,295,000. Now, looking at the performance of the NRM in Tororo district, well, taking the lion's share at 55.82%, and that is a total of 86,248 votes. Coming in second, the National Unity Platform taking the 35.31% and a total vote of 54,556. And the other political parties got below 10%. Now, leaders of Tororo district have joined other regions to endorse NRM's Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's presidential re-election bid come January 2026. Infrastructure development, factory establishment and job creation are some of the reasons they are giving their support. Now, over 80% of the vote is what they are pledging for NRM when the elections come in 2026. We have the details.
We are going to have presentation of the memorandum.
Leaflets flying high as the yellow color displays vibrancy. The love for President Yoweri Museveni is just overwhelming in Tororo.
When it comes to the name Museveni, Yoweri Kaguta Tibihavurua, I want to scream of joy and happiness.
But why all this support to the Yellow Party's presidential candidate?
First and foremost, for the last 40 years, Tororo has experienced peace. Tororo has experienced development. There are a lot of industries that have come up. We used to have only one cement industry. Now we have 3.
He has consolidated, he has secured he has made security a priority in this country. That from border to border, Uganda is secure.
When I was going to school here in the 1960s and 70s, in a class of 25 children, you could only have one girl. For me, I don't have a single girl with whom I was in primary school who completed P7. Today, many children are completing P7.
These achievements have partly been made possible with mineral royalties.
Thousands and thousands getting employment. We have here, I could say, 4 cement factories: Simba, TCI, Hima, and some new one. They really employed so many of us.
We are going to have a steel factory coming through in Tororo. Above all, Tororo used to be just a small district. Today, the excitement here is too much because Tororo has now become a city.
While they expect more to be done, what is done so far is enough for people here to vote the ruling party back.
He has promised us job creation, more jobs, factories, school free education, and so many other things.
If you look at the road network to Malaba, look at the road network from Tororo to Mbale to Soroti to other areas.
We need some 5 roads. Smaller, some are 8 kilometers, some are 20, some are 30, to be worked on, upgraded into paved tarmac roads.
Protecting the gains remains the NRM campaign message. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thank you, Henry Okrut, for that report. Now on to the Alliance for National Transformation, ANT, presidential candidate, General Retired Mugisha Muntu, today, Friday, campaigned in Kabiramaido, Amuria, and Kalaki districts. Haruna Mutesasira reports.
This is Apere Karachi Road, which is in a poor state. Residents says that despite numerous government promises, the road has never been repaired.
In Kabiramaido, we barely see any development, but the regime has been in power for 40 years. Some of us, we here 40 years, but we don't know when to start it.
While in Kabiramaido and Karachi districts, General to decry the poor infrastructure and a chronic unemployment of youth in the Kumam area.
What we want is good ideas that will build Uganda. We have got money from politicians that has not changed us.
The issue of poor roads, poor educational standards, poor health services, poor support to farmers. The main problem is indiscipline of those in government and greed for money, because they focus a lot on how to steal. Literally, this country is being looted left, right, and center. The money that we have as a country, because we are a wealthy country, the money which is stolen, $2 billion United States dollars every year, those resources put into all those sectors, the teachers will be paid well, the government workers will be paid well, roads can be made.
While addressing his supporters, General Muntu appealed to residents there to vote for government that will support service delivery.
Education is the foundation of the development process of a country. Once a country has very good, high standards of education, that country can develop even if you don't have any other resources.
In the areas we visited, residents decried poor infrastructure, youth unemployment, and alleged harassment of fishermen by the army on Lake Choga.
The army is being abused. The army should not be on the lakes involved in fishing issues. The army should be trained to fight against enemies of the country at the border points.
On unemployment and bribery, Muntu said it's a major concern in 60 districts he has campaigned in. Poor road infrastructure in Kabiramaido and Karachi districts hampered General Mugisha Muntu's campaign, leading to costly vehicle repairs and significant travel delays. Haruna Mtesasira, UBC News.
The Forum for Democratic Change FDC party presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has promised people of Arua mechanized agriculture. Mr. Mafabi was addressing a campaign rally in Arivu Town Council, Vura constituency in Arua City. Take a look.
The Forum for Democratic Change FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has started his campaign rallies in Arua City at Arivu Town Council, accompanied by the party flag bearer for Obongi, Fungaro Caps, together with the Varu County aspirant. While at this rally, Mafabi said he is in the presidential campaign to solve issues of poverty, greed and injustice.
It is the time to resolve the issue of greed. It is time to sort the issue of injustice. Out and be in groups, where you are rotating in groups, they are busy taking your money. You have no time to ask. I want to tell you, stop going to groups. Let us fight for our rights and get our money back and make sure we live. We bring jobs so that the youth have jobs to avoid playing cards, eating malungi, so that they are not unemployed, they are youthful, they have energy, so that they have money, so that our country can develop.
He said people in Arua have big plots of land that can only be ploughed using machines such as tractors, so that the people can embrace mechanized agriculture.
Farmers, there was tobacco, there was cotton. I want you to tell me which cash crop now is here in West Nile where our farmers can say we're going to get cash.
Before heading to Maracha, the FDC candidate popularized issues in his manifesto to market vendors of Odra Machaku market in Arua City.
All right, the FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi, of course, completed his campaign trail in Arua district. But let us take a look at the performance of the FDC party in the previous presidential elections. Now, remember, FDC fronted then presidential candidate Patrick Amuria Toboy, and this is how the FDC performed in the 2021 presidential elections. Now, in Arua district, there was a total registration of voters at 65,738, which was a 100%, and the voter turnout that day was at 36,067, which was a drop from 100% to 54.86%. Now, taking a look at the performance of the FDC in Arua district, well, quite a bit disappointing, because they stood at 1.45%. And in Arua district, the NRM took the lion's share of a whopping 70.48%, which had a total number of 23,824 votes, compared to FDC that took on 491 votes. And surprisingly, other political parties took more than the FDC, that was above 20, a little over 20% of the voters. Now, also looking at the FDC presidential candidate, Nathan Nandala Mafabi, he also did tour, had a campaign trail in Maracha district. And let's also take a look at how the FDC performed in Maracha district. Again, in 2021, Patrick Amuria Toboy stood as the FDC presidential candidate. And this is how the FDC performed in Maracha district. A total registration number of voters was at 100%, at 101,182. The voter turnout that day was low at 52.45%, which totaled up to 53,070. Looking at the FDC performance in Maracha district, quite disappointing as well, was at 2.28%. There was a total vote of 1,100 votes. Looking at the other competitors that day in the 2021 presidential elections, the NRM taking the lion's share at 69.71%, which totaled up to 33,000 674 votes. Still, other political parties took up even more than FDC could take. That is above, roughly, we can say, 30% of the votes. Now, is it going to be different this time around? Well, that is what we hope that the FDC party will probably convince. I hope Nandala Mafabi was able to convince the people of Arua and Maracha district to vote for their candidate come the 2026 general elections. Now, in more news this evening, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has been campaigning in Buhweju and Shema districts, where he urged voters to trust him and elect him as president, as he promised to build good roads and hospitals, free education for students, as well as provide them with a market to sell matoke and tea leaves.
Muterera karuru byona bitwabagamba nitubasa kubikora bo kuba sente ziriho kandi baziba. Esente zo korenguto ziriho, esente zo kuta ombazo marwaro ziriho, kandi ne program zo kureta emirimo y'eminyeto ziriho. Muterera karuru byona nimuza kubireba emyaka na byatushara konka nitubasa kutandika afresh. Mwebari bagenzi nituronda karuru kabwa presidenti. Mutwagire abo kubani twenda kuhindura yanga ritu emihanda nimugireba amarariro gamwe nimugareba tigine mibazi nabana banyu basoma kubi kandi nabasomire tebatungire emirimo eminyeto tegine emirimo ebyo byona tuza kubihundura.
Konka government tekubafaho tiyabahambazi mu irwariro ngo wayete maningo warwara kashija bona kabazi tiyabaha katare ka kajani ngo wahinga kasharura bona wakakagura kabeyi karunji tiyabijuka ngo ibaha amashomero marunji muherera abana banyu bashomeje ona government etari kubatekatekaho n'umukigenza ki nabaretera president musya echejo cyanje nicenda karuru
imihanda niza kugikora amashomero nikaza kubadegarije abana nibaza kushomaje kandi nibaza kutunga n'emirimo n'amararo ganyu nikaza kutunga emibazi n'eminyeto nizija kutunga emirimo byona nibiza kuhinduka basebo n'abanyabo.
Well, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, they're campaigning in the districts of Buhweju and Shema districts. Now let's take a look at how he performed in the previous presidential elections. And we're going to start off with Shema district. Now looking at the total registration of voters in Shema district was at 100% with 129,151. And on the D-Day for voting, those who turned up were at 63.90%. That totaled up to 82,529. Taking a look at the performance of the National Unity Platform in Shema district, well, not convincing enough. That was in 2021. They stood at 11%, literally 11%, which totaled up to 8,851. In Shema district, the NRM took the lion's share at 81.19%, totaling up to 65,220 votes. Well, the other political parties did not really do well in Shema district. Now, taking a look at Buhweju district, well, the total registration number of voters in Buhweju district was at 66,649 voters registered. That's 100% in Buhweju district. looking at the voter turnout, well, quite a little low, but also relative at 73.36%, totaling up to 48,892. Looking at the NUP performance in Buhweju district in the 2021 presidential elections, not that good, but totaling up to voters 3,602 votes. The NRM ruled supreme in Buhweju district at 86.9%, taking up a total number of votes at 41,423 votes. So we're wondering, has the National Unity Platform presidential candidate done enough to convince the people of Shema and Buhweju district to vote for him come the 2026 general elections? We'll see. In more stories this evening, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabbanja, has cautioned NRM leaders in Hoima to stop selling government jobs at the district. The Prime Minister was this afternoon addressing hundreds of NRM leaders who turned up for the mobilization meeting for the NRM presidential flag bearer, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And we have the details.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabbanja, today camped in Hoima district to mobilize the NRM leaders so that they can seek support for the NRM presidential flag bearer, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Tutangire okutirisa president tumwoleke obumanzi tumwoleke ngwanyina kyantukoleire omanye tukole tutere stand inyo na mugambe stand gende eri egomorera asiga kwa Museveni tujajiwe ekisembe era asiga kwa muzeyi mukwatagane n'omukyala Tukyamami na member wa parliament na Savana n'omukyala wange ono Nyakaitu Akiki wange egomorera asinga kusamba akaruru ka muzeyi tujja kubawa ekisembo nanywe mwewunyi.
Speaking to the gathering, Nabbanja cautioned the NRM flag bearer for the LC5 chairperson of Hoima district, Vincent Savana Muhumuza, to guard against corruption, especially the selling of jobs.
Kusabo bere liso lya abantu Hoimanu abayirewo emize y'okutunda emirimo otageze okatunda emirimo kubanga emirimo gino muzeyi akagiweereza abantu banka bw'ora atunda emirimo kakagwamu akakatego barakupepura ebiri asatu nakubute gulyala mukama waitu president akuweereza esente ezikulima enguudo tuliamu abalungi ebiliyoni emu na miliyoni 3 zihondeekereza abantu enguudo zaabo bazirime hondeekereza enkola ya gavumenti genda mu malwalo olole ngu emibazi tebagiibire.
She also had a message to the NRM flag bearer for the position of woman member of parliament for Hoima district.
Genda mu parliament obere active abantu bawe bakolole n'oteesa ensonga ezikumalwa. Namba ya kabiri kuyikaragana ogaruka omuka okatunga ebizibu by'abantu okagaruka parliament.
The leaders also raised their concerns which they want the government to address.
Mama twine ensonga ya mataka mu district yaitu mono aruma abantu abaine byapa baitu kandi habyapa ebyo halo abantu tukusaba ensonga egyo government eje gitahemu erole nko kusaba kutukonyera okumaliriza ensonga ezeitaka ezinyakuli omu district yaitu nti mu Buraru sub county ekichweke kikwetebwa omuruka gwa Busanga hakazokayo ebyobugayiga ebyomuitaka baita abantu abo tibakwikirizibwa n'okumanya n'okusomesebwa kike kigenda omaiso beeralikiriire bakusaba gavumenti ekoleho ekyabwangu okusomesebwa okwo kugenda mu maiso na muno muno hati obugayge kinyakuli hansi nabo betegereze bagenda kufunamu batya omukyo obugayge ekyo
abasohi bakubonaabona nahali nkubaliza hano lwebagiyo luno bakwasirege amaato 10 bagatwala kandi bakusaba ese okusaba bataasibwe abokuba bakuba nibakola amaato bali nibatwalaga bakuwa amaani g'okukola.
His Excellency the President of Uganda hano bunyoro tubenefitingire mu bintu bingi bunyoro tusiime President Museveni tumutera akalulu 100%. Obwokulola enguudo zone ziconnecting amadistrict gaitu gona batere tamaka ekisaye kibombekera hano boja hano mu Uganda yona nikyo ekisaye kikusingayo obulungi kiri hano bunyoro ekisaye kyenyonye kyamaani muno kiri hano buseruka Kabale hano.
She appealed to the people of Hoima to continue supporting the president because he has caused development in the country.
Liso haliso, bapa, charo hacharo, gali hagali, piki piki, kusawala karuka mzee.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni atiki omusita arukwera tukubasaba muongere mu mukomere kimu kandi lero mukomese futwa mukomese itima mukomese n'enugu mutere mukimu orwiru.
The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has renewed her call for unity among women as a leading force in the fight against poverty. She delivered this message while handing over a brand new school bus to Chitebi Secondary School and commissioning the newly constructed Grameen Hospital in Mutundwe.
Uganda's First Lady, also the Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, who had earlier attended the special prayer service at Miracle Center Cathedral Church Lubaga with the President, was welcomed by the school administration, students, local residents, the NRM supporters and local leaders. The event was also attended by key figures who included Minister Joyce Sebugwao, KCCA Executive Director Sharifa Buzeki and Brenda Chichoncho, among others. Minister Museveni fulfilled her pledge to deliver a brand new school bus to Chitebi Secondary School and later commissioned the Grameen Hospital and commended the Grameen Women's Initiative, a scheme of empowering women through low-interest loans.
My prayer was that the women of Africa would learn to work together, to stretch out and hold hands together, and be united and save their little money, which can make banks. As you remember, I told you that the Grameen Bank was of women, as I just said, who were not educated, who didn't know how to get out of the problems they had.
Chitebi Secondary School head teacher Haji Kamulegia Muhammad expressed gratitude to the First Lady of her continued support to the institution.
We would like to extend our appreciation to the NRM chairperson, His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for recognizing our school, Chitebi SS, in the NRM manifesto, specifically page 147 and page 148.
We are very grateful.
Mama, we are very grateful for such an international recognition, and we promise that we shall walk the talk, Mama.
Meanwhile, Rubaga Division Speaker Mbazira Musa applauded the First Lady for championing the Grameen Women's Initiative, which he said has uplifted many residents. Mbazira as well raised concerns about traders in Busega and Natete who are facing the evictions from their markets, calling for the intervention of authorities.
Mama, we thank you for commissioning the hospital today. That hospital facility, Mama, that you have commissioned was constructed to help these marginalized women who have been failing to save some money because of spending money to hospitals.
The spirit you have in your heart must make you stand up every day and you see your family change forever, your family home change forever. These streets will be built, everything will change. We can do it.
Amwai Vanjuko for UBC.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassling for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add core with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for silk vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person, who recommends me to another person, who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namaguni to get NSSF services. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you. You can register for NSSF. How contribute you see my life? Never deep down in the Marara. Make NSSF payments. No hala okubekarangala. NSSF sure is not far. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account. Jubira. NSSF, a better life.
Ochikoze mwana. Shop is stocked, customers ready. Now it's time for takeoff. So offer them more. Become a Wendy agent today and offer mobile money top-ups, customer service support, utility payments, water, power, pay TV. You're now. Turn your shop into a Wendy agent hub and commissions on every tap and easy access to loans.
That's right. More foot traffic, more sales, more profit, paid instantly. Register free. Call 0800-217-200 or WhatsApp 0707-993-930.
Wendy Wanawoli.
The Uganda AIDS Commission under the Office of the President presents the National HIV and AIDS Symposium 2025 happening from the 26th to the 28th of November 2025 at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, MUST main campus at the Pharmacology Grounds. Join researchers, policymakers, health workers and community leaders as we discuss ending AIDS in Uganda. The guest of honor will be Professor Pauline Byachika-Kibwika, the Vice Chancellor of MUST. Don't miss out on engaging discussions driving progress in the HIV response, innovative sessions and free HIV testing services. Visit nhas.usc.go.ug for more information. Let's make it happen. #EndAIDS2030UG.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for
Luxury and comfort, the only hotel in Arua City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Arua Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Arua City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
to get the power to win. Njagalo funeliani. Nyo funeliani okuwangula ogenda kuwangulota. Ngenda kubanga bukadde 10 buli wiki wanchi. Ngenda kubangu kwasa obukadde 10 buli wiki kusimu ye nyinyi kyabonka kimuchoka. Line ya MTN bana beka. Buli ogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula. Nja kwese momo. Ngudira buli ogenda okusasula. Ngwena kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo. Oyinza okubanga ngenda kwewola kasente kozesa momo. Wanchi ogenda kuinvestinga kozesa momo. Abula MTN we jamani. Nekwa bukadde 10 buli wiki. Castello bimala bwe pa wentandika ngamba kiye kiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tinze tirinyi halo walirudawa zende guru halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office ntudde nyega ma computer nenkuta awa namwe na kasana benesi okuberanga mwana wote koze ebintu n'amanga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa momo. Remember to dial *165# or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back from that break. We're glad you're still with us here in UBC News Tonight. Now, in more news this evening, the Office of the National Chairman, headed by Hajat Hadija Namyalo, has unveiled a digital system for monitoring and evaluation of the office field activities and vote protection for the 2026 general elections. The system is to be used by NRM coordinators in ensuring maximum protection of the NRM flag bearers' vote come 2026. We have the details.
The Office of the National Chairman, headed by Hajat Hadija Namyalo, has engaged with regional and district NRM coordinators to see how best the office can do in protecting the NRM vote come 2026. The office unveiled a new digital system guided by the State House IT department that will monitor and evaluate ONC field activities and vote protection for the NRM flag bearer.
Human intelligence lies, but the technology can't lie. So this is what we are trying to upgrade to, and as well to ensure that the retrieval, the voting system is at hand. We ensure that whatever information we are getting from the ground is factual or evidential to avoid sins of uncoordinated information, most especially during this time of what? Of elections.
The innovation is to also monitor government policies, payment of all the coordinators that will engage in the vote protection, among others.
The entire government policy that is either implemented or that has failed to be implemented. But however, it's also going to enable us know the actual people that we are working with on the ground as coordinators, like coordinators and our vote protectors.
The issue of vote protectors and protection is an aspect in the NRM campaign, and the ONC has called on the coordinators to carry on the exercise while following the party mandate. Lydia Chomkama and Joseph Muyingo, UBC News.
A group of passionate NRM-leaning professionals has launched a new platform known as the Corporate Movers, aimed at bringing together workers, business people and young professionals who support the party's development agenda.
The platform was created to give professionals a voice and a place to participate meaningfully in national discussions.
Say let us look at 100 corporate companies to start with. So we have multimedia, we have telecom companies, we have insurance companies, we have banking industries, financial institutions, we have MPAs, we have manufacturing companies.
Many people in the corporate world support government programs but lack structures through which they can engage all of our expertise.
I really want to appreciate Patricia and her team, the ones that came together and put the idea, a great idea, shared it with their colleagues, and created a big multiplier effect where now you have them in hundreds, and with them we are going to have a bigger multiplier effect. I advised them to apply to mathematical science in their endeavor, the addition and multiplication. And there are different areas that they need to give due consideration, their families, their places of work, the church or mosques where they go to profess their faith, the associations that they belong to, old boys, old girls, the neighborhood where they stay. If each one of them can bring a minimum of 10 in all those constituencies, you find that an individual can bring a minimum of 50.
Corporate movers will focus on mentorship, leadership training and community outreach while encouraging professionals to play a more active role in development programs. Members at the event welcomed the initiative, describing it as a timely effort to unite corporate citizens who wish to contribute to Uganda's progress. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
A team of Kaboja International School students has returned home with top honors after competing at the prestigious World Scholars Cup Tournament of Champions held at Yale University in the United States.
The international academic competition features public speaking, debate, writing and team quizzes, attracting thousands of students from around the world. The Kaboja International School team qualified after excelling in the Kampala regional round, which brought together schools from across Uganda and East Africa.
I really love World Scholars. I joined last year in the regional rounds and I became a champion because I had 5 medals. Then I went for Dubai Global Rounds when I got 3 medals. Then I went for another regional round this year, which I got 3 medals again. Then in Doha Global Rounds, I got 1 medal. Then now in Tournament of Champions, I've got 1 medal. I'm very happy that I was able to come to Tournament of Champions because that proves that all my hard work that I've put into World Scholars has actually paid.
They later advanced through the global round in Qatar, earning a place among the world's best at the final stage. At Yale University, the students performed strongly, winning a trophy in the Scholars Challenge Quiz, along with 30 gold medals and 20 silvers.
It was our dream to participate at the international platform,
and the students putting a lot of effort. So while there, they competed with other schools from all over the world, and they excelled in debate. We actually came back as the best in team ball. Our students have learned to collaborate, to work in teams, and these competitions actually will help them also get scholarships at the universities if they ever want to apply for those scholarships. World Scholars gives good recommendations if they want to go, if they want to use this experience to apply for.
The organizers describe the Tournament of the Champions as the culminating event of the global series, which is comparable to an academic Champions League.
All of us did well, and we hope that we made Uganda and Cambodia proud. And about Scholars Ball, our team was among the top teams in the championship round, and this means a lot to Cambodia and Uganda. The experience was nice. I'm grateful for the teachers, the coaches who prepared us for this, and without them we wouldn't reach where we are right now. And also we are so grateful for our parents, our school, for making us represent our country and our school.
The students' achievements have been celebrated as a significant milestone for Uganda's growing presence on the international academic stage. Their visit to Yale University, Wolsey Hall, New Haven Green and the Omni Hotel have offered both inspiration and unforgettable experiences.
The children did absolutely amazing. They were really outstanding. They put in a lot of effort and did so well. They competed with so many schools. Over 1,200 students were there. Over 76 countries were represented, and our children came out perfect, like on top of it all. We really thank God for the teachers, for the school opportunities they've given these children, and we can only say that we are very proud of these children, and we know that the future can only get brighter and brighter with these opportunities coming through.
The Cambodia International School Junior and Senior Division learners embraced an incredible journey of discovery, collaboration, and competition. They engaged in events such as team debates, collaborative writing, the Scholars Challenge, and the much-anticipated Scholars Bowl and Talent Show.
Excitement filled Mbuya Church of Uganda Primary School today as the community celebrated the inauguration of the P.V. Shah Memorial Multipurpose Hall. We have the details.
For many learners who have been studying in tight spaces, this hall is a true game changer.
About the maintenance of the facility. They are handing over to us and they are going, but we have a challenge now of jealously keeping this hall, jealously protecting this hall, jealously cleaning this hall, jealously maintaining this hall.
The structure gives pupils a safe, clean and spacious place for assemblies, exams, music, drama, debates and indoor sports.
We believe that we can be a force multiplier by starting these initiatives and growing these initiatives year on year, offering more and more scholarships as much as we are able. We run obviously a commercial enterprise in this country, and our idea is if we do well, then we can do good. So we'll continue to grow and continue to offer assistance to society. But more importantly, we want to bring the eyes of the world.
The hall will help improve discipline, boost confidence and give children a chance to grow their talents without weather disruptions.
We started giving scholarships. Every year now we are giving about 480 scholarships. Mainly we are targeting the primary schools of government run, so that who are really in need of it. Actually, that is where our target to reach out to. And as we had come to one of the beneficiary of that scholarship program is Buya Primary School, and when we came and discussed with the head teacher, there is a need of a multi-purpose hall of this kind.
And as we promised, getting back to our top story this evening, where President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni urged religious leaders and Christians to focus on transforming others by being living examples. The president delivered this message at Miracle Center Cathedral in Rubaga, Kampala, while attending a special service led by Pastor Dr. Paula White Kane during the Command Your Future conference.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who was accompanied by the First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, was welcomed by event hosts Pastors Robert and Jessica Kayanja amid cheers from the congregation. In his message, President Museveni thanked Pastors Robert and Jessica Kayanja, as well as the American guest and evangelist Pastor Dr. Paula White Kane, for ministering to the masses.
Janet, Mama and myself are here.
Mama Janet nange tuli wano
to participate with you
okwenyigira wamu nammwe
in glorifying God
mu kuwa Katonda ekitiibwa
for what he has done for Uganda
olw'ebyo byonna byakoledde Uganda
and for the church
ne kanisa
and the other faith.
N'abenzikiriza ziri endala.
Drawing from biblical teachings, President Museveni's speech left the crowd inspired.
What Robert Kayanja is saying
Omusumba Kayanja kyayogedde
is because I had also been very active with the Scripture Union.
Nange gwe mulaba neenyigira nnyo mu Scripture Union nga nkyasoma
in the 1960s.
Mu myaka gy'enkaaga eyo.
And I would have been a bishop if I had not gone to do other things.
Siba kugenda mu bino bye ndimu nandibadde mulabirizi mulamba.
Pray for you, and we hope you can pray for us, because we're in this season. We believe that any time we need to pray for each other. We need to pray for the global community to know more of the Lord and to care more of the things of God, and to try to serve His people. So we will continue to pray for you and pray that you will.
The president stated that he had no authority to suppress or ban born-again fellowships and faith, despite the desires of some individuals, explaining that such matters are ultimately under God's authority.
When it came to the issue of banning you, because people wanted to ban you,
when it came to the issue of banning you, balokole,
I said, but why? I remember in the Bible, when they came and told Jesus that some people are pretending to cast out demons, like you. Should we stop them? Jesus said no. Don't stop them. If they are not against us, they are with us.
Me, I'm doing my work that God has allotted to me,
guided by the Bible.
On the issue of human development and empowerment, President Museveni praised Pastor Kayanja for his dedication to community development and citizen engagement.
We are still there. I heard that Pastor Kayanja and others are creating wealth. I said, oh.
Kayanja ne group yenga watandise okutambula mu kisinde kya Kristo.
Pastor Kayanja and the group are moving in the very group of Jesus.
In response, Pastor Kayanja commended President Museveni for creating an environment that upholds the freedom of worship and prayer.
Remember it very well. Where forces as they may be, they don't want us to live here. They don't want us to worship God. You have just come out of the bush. But you said, let them worship God. And as a result, we who were only 10,000, now we are 14.9 in population of Uganda, which is 7 million people.
Kayanja also briefed the president on initiatives he has implemented to improve the lives of youth and local communities.
For the youth.
President Museveni later left for his national campaign tour, while the conference's main speaker from the United States, Pastor Dr. Paula White Kane, preached on spirituality and self-development for Christians.
And what I want today to do is not political. It is principle, backed by the Word of God.
Amwa Evanjoko for UBC.
And now on to business. The government of Uganda is strengthening the country's manufacturing and export sectors by establishing a new corporate body, Invite Trust, financed by the World Bank and development partners.
The Invite Trust project provides grants for business development under the Private Sector Foundation Uganda and financing products under Invite Trust. Besides improving access to working capital for manufacturers and exporters, Invite Trust projects will strengthen the overall financial ecosystem by encouraging compliance, sustainability and transparency across Uganda's banking and microfinance sectors.
One of the things the project is doing is, of course, to build the capacity of the manufacturing and exporting firms to be able to deliver the quantities and also the quality. But also the other thing that we've learned from them is the timeliness to the market, because timeliness to the market makes a difference in terms of price, in terms of your ability to be able to sell whatever you have produced.
At this stakeholder consultative workshop, tips were provided to financial institutions in attendance to the application process to submit as participating financial institutions.
We are here to inform the private sector about the targeted beneficiaries is a working capital facility for micro, small and medium enterprises. We are going to provide this facility through participating financial institutions as partners, because they do have the branch network that will enable us to reach the whole country with this financing initiative. And the targeted beneficiaries are not just only the exporters and manufacturers, but the entire value chain.
To ensure transparency and sound financial management, the Trust will channel financing both directly and indirectly through participating financial institutions.
The key factor is your project. You see, again, there is that thing we need to educate our market. When you come and say you want to borrow money, it's immaterial for me, the minimum. What is important is your project. So we look at your project, we look at the financial statements, the projected financial statements, we take off the risk and we see what we can give you.
And so the biggest challenge for the private sector is the terms that they've been accessing money at has been at commercial terms. So what Invite Project is bringing is more affordable and more appropriate, tailor-made products that speak to the needs of manufacturers, the needs of exporters.
The Invite Trust marks a significant milestone in Uganda's journey toward industrialization and export-led growth by empowering local financial institutions to support productive enterprises.
To sports, Netball Uganda has named its final 14 players that will represent Uganda at the upcoming Celtic Cup in Scotland later this month.
With 12 days to the Celtic Cup in Scotland, Netball Uganda has named the travelling squad of 14 players.
This tournament is very, very key to Uganda and to the She Cranes in particular, because right now we are ranked world number 7, but we had been ranked previously world number 6. Because we were not able to compete in so many international tournaments, our ranking dropped, and right now Wales took our position as world number 6. Secondly, this tournament is also in preparation for World Cup. Once we win this cup, we shall have automatic qualification to Netball World Cup in 2027.
Experienced player Rachel Nanyonga has been handed the mantle as team captain and will be deputized by Lilian Achola.
I'm really so happy of being the captain of She Crane because I've played for She Crane so many years, but this time round maybe they've seen the way I was playing, the way I was, all my behaviors. That's why they gave me to lead the team.
The squad includes Margaret Bagara, Shadia Nasanga, Mary Nuba, Lilian Agio, Christine Nakito and Aya Gloria. Also on the team are Firidausi Namulema, Farida Kandondi, Shafi Nalwanja, and new kids on the block, Shakira Nasaka, Specials Anamokose, and Malisera Akero. The team will be under the guidance of head coach Rashid Mubiru, assisted by Meme Ruth. At the 5-day Celtic Cup that starts on 26th November, the She Cranes will play against Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Zimbabwe, and Namibia.
And into golf, David Kamulindwa has emerged champion in the professionals category of the 2025 Kinyara Golf Open.
Days are okay. So I played 9 birdies, I think with 3 bogeys. 9 birdies and 4 bogeys. So I won with -4. I'm happy for myself because this is my 3rd win this year. I'm really happy. So the course is good. As long as when you keep your ball in play and give yourself a chance on the greens, because the greens also are not easy as our greens which you are normally used to Kampala, Serena and everywhere. So, but you keep yourself, when you keep yourself the ball in play, give yourself a chance to get a couple of birdies and pass.
Don't realize me that hard because this is home away from home. Every time when I'm here in Kinyara, because the resemblance of the course and Toro is almost the same. The course layout is almost the same. So it's always, I make it sometimes easy for me to win here because if you check out the records or the last 5 events here, I've won like 4 of them.
And with that, UBC News Tonight has come to an end. We do thank you for your company this evening. Anytime from now, we'll be getting into Mbale State Lodge, where the President will be addressing Ugandans. From us, good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice